He's past the 30.
32-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Simpson raises it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
No gain, and it's second down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed.
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting faster.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Longhorns, nothing.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Slater on the return. A good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Play action. It's Warner. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Warner's pass intended for number.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced.
Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's his second fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Intended for number.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another first and goal. Able to push his way through. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Brings up second and goal.
On second down now, Jewell. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. DeAndre Jewell with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And Clemson tacks on to their lead.
Rich Norton
The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
About time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
Empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
At the 37.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Can't do that.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Out of the gun, here's Warner. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
Warner from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Hey! His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
22-yard line.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
7 yards. Brings up second and 11 at the 23-yard line.
To throw on second down, Warner. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Here are the Longhorns now on first and goal. From the gun, Warner to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together, the front and back work.
And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. It's their quarterback scoring on a 2-yard keeper. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Taken in at the 3. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just giving the jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Boy, another nice throw that time. And all that debate that was possibly out there and wondering, well, will we see a second quarterback as Tommy?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A 9-yard touchdown Brown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Slater on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Warner. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Warner. Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Clemson fans right now saying, Tommy who? Because it has been all Tigers here as we reach halftime at Arlington.
Longhorns 7.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Slater on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. On 1st down. Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Warner. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for number.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. Shreds the tackle. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And Charles, look, I mean, coming into this one, you and I, we didn't know what to expect. This could have certainly been a disaster, nothing short of it. But this young man under center, he has certainly risen to the occasion.
He certainly has, and we certainly prepared in case it was the disaster that maybe it could have been. But there's no question, he's been the star of the show. But while we say that, let's make sure we remember the rest of the team, the supporting guys, because otherwise, we'll have a lot of mamas upset with us if we don't mention them, and they'll play awfully well in addition.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
A good pickup there, a 22. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run with Jewell. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. From 6 yards away. And this offense is running away with this one.
Roughing the passer defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Slater on the return. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Warner. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They try again with Martin. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. From the gun, Warner. That is caught for a Longhorns touchdown. 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to get a score back. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside.
And that is caught. Touchdown Clemson. Donnie Simpson, 52 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
What a game that he has had throwing the football now. 4 touchdowns.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Fights loose. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Slater on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now what do you get?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw on 3rd down. Warner, little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. calls for a change in field position. From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Give him 30 yards there. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run the option left. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. It's complete. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, Warner. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because just as you...
Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. It's going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They're going option play on 3rd down.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He finds an open man, Simpson. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Donnie Simpson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it.
The onside kick recovered by the receiver.
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Back to the air on second down. Warner being chased out left. He's got it. Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's into the clear. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
They'll try and throw for it. This will be caught at about the 5. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Longhorns 14.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Slater on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I don't know what else to say at this point. Just an unbelievable performance. 6 touchdown passes. And you think about this guy, as we said, rotated in and out of the lineup all season. But right now, he looks as if he's had a zillion starts out there. He has been on point all game long.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with it.
The Longhorns take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Loss of 8 yards. And it's third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Warner. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Jewell. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to... Clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I don't understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
when her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible.
So thanks to, if you can believe it, 6 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
I was you last week. I know exactly what you're going through.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levine Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the Clemson Tigers. Well, the pressure perhaps getting to this young quarterback. Clemson trails at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. And we'll keep you updated as we receive more information.
Automatic first down.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw Barrett. His throw incomplete. Cameron, the intended receiver there, but it's going to be 2nd down. The Oregon Ducks looking for that elusive first national time. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown Clemson. Donnie Simpson, 94 yards. And play fake. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Walker. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he will score. Touchdown Clemson. Donnie Simpson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
He's going to fire one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete, the tight end Rivera. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And that's now 3 straight completions for him. And Charles really looks like he's starting to fall into a groove back there.
Yeah, and as you and I were taught as youngsters, if you get to 3 in a row in anything, they call that a winning streak. And you know he's starting to settle down, settle into this game. I think his focus is now on the game, partner, and not on the moment.
And the moment, look, it has to be big for any quarterback, especially for him. This is a game that, Charles, he didn't necessarily envision himself starting in.
Well, he should have. Any good player does, but I know exactly what you're saying. He thought, hey, this might not be my game anyway, but now that it is, he's got to focus on what's ahead of him.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. This defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They'll get 34 yards there. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a football.
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. DeAndre Jewell, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Clemson... Room here to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On the carry, it's Jewell. Breaks a tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. 1st and 10 now for Clemson. Now it's Henry. Pushing tacklers aside. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And Clemson tacks on. Well, they changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback. His thoughts will turn.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak kids was out there the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe.
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away?
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one is for my brother, Tom.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. How could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
Just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the third round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. Guess I can try too.
The Heartbreak Kids are back, baby.
It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I gonna play? It felt good.
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both heartbreak kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
All right, Dan, show me what you got. Let's go.
Come on. Set. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Set. There we go. Ready. 60 in. Ready, go. Yeah. Got that. Hey. Let go. Yeah. Let's go. Well done.
Not bad. We may have something here.
Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys played that season, and especially considering you switched positions.
Hard Rock Stadium, folks, it is filled to capacity. Everybody has been waiting for this college football Saturday, and we are just about set to get ready to rock and roll. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Miami Hurricanes.
the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And Charles, it still is kind of strange to look down there and think about Tommy Matthews handing the ball to his high school teammate who's now behind him at the running back position.
Yeah, and you have to just think to yourself, okay, what's the best way to maximize talent? And head coach Red O'Brien, well, he played both of them at quarterback last year, and now he says, let's get them both on the field at the same time. One of them has to accept that role. Tommy Matthews is the quarterback. As you said, handing off to his teammate. The Heartbreak Kids are back together. A little bit different role for them now in this season.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Evades him at the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Well, CD, just taking a step back for a moment, looking at this matchup. This is one you and I and really the entire nation has had circled on the calendar.
Yes.
When you get an early season matchup like this with two of the best teams, a packed house, it's really going to be something.
I agree with that totally. I circled mine in Sharpie. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure it wasn't pencil, right? We couldn't wait for this one. The atmosphere, intense. But think about the run-up to this game. And I think a lot of times, teams that shy away from playing these types of games, they miss the benefits of their preseason. You roll into this one, the entire offseason, your team is looking at this game, focused on it, and sometimes you get more work out of your guys. And best part about this one, one of these two teams has a chance to win back-to-back national championships.
Yeah, so they certainly have a target on their back. They are the team that everybody is eyeing to take down, and it starts here in this one.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second.